Good afternoon, everyone. It is the middle of November. I wanted to come on closer to the start of November, but life, per usual, has been lifing, and yeah, just a lot going on. But the weather is, I can tell it's getting ready to do that little flip flop change. It's been like really hot, like 80s, like I want to say even last week it had got up to like 90. But there's a weather change coming up here soon, so the highs are gonna be where they typically usually are in November. I saw like high in the 50s, high in the 60s, and the lows in the 40s, so that's a great thing for me. I just wanted to check in, and I hope everyone is doing their best to stay in motion and just push through chronic pain and fibromyalgia and everything else in life. It is so beautiful out here, so peaceful. I can handle this desert landscape a bit more when the weather is great. Well, I wanted to talk briefly about, since we are in the holiday season, talk about the expectations that you may have for yourself or what others may have for you. Importance for me, this is what helps me, is just pacing myself, knowing, keeping in mind that there are individuals that are going to always expect more from you, ignoring your illness. So when it comes to these upcoming holidays, and for me personally, I have like a lot of family and friends' birthdays. Oh, so many Scorpios, Sagittarius season, so many of us. And so that makes the season even more busier and whatnot. But like I was saying, it is so important that you take time for yourself and prepare for this season, because people, they really, and I understand, I get it. I want to be active. I want to be socially involved and happy and having a good time and enjoying myself. But I also am aware of my illnesses that keep me at rest and in bed and secluded into myself. But I also know the importance of getting out and socializing, on my terms, of course, because I'm so thankful, so grateful that I've gotten to the point where I don't let outsiders, friends or family, intimidate, coerce, or like try to guilt trip me into being more active or being more involved. So grateful that I've gotten to the point where I don't let outsiders, friends or family, intimidate, coerce, or like try to guilt trip me into being more active or being more involved in things of that nature. But like I said, it is very important. I get it. I totally get it. Enjoy the company of others. I enjoy my own company as well. I'm always been a loner. I always wondered, like, what does that even mean? I've had these strong feelings when some people don't. I've learned that empaths and people who exert a lot of energy, like spiritual, emotional, and just feel a lot more things stronger than some others, need that alone time to like recoup and re-energize themselves. So that is me. So for those of you who may not be empaths or whatever, just still, look out for number one, because you can't pour from an empty cup. I will always continue to say that. Keep that on a repeat. But yes, just take care of yourself. Find things that get you grounded and renew your energy and lift your spirits. Yeah, that's pretty much my takeaway with this November check-in. is to always be mindful of yourself and look out for number one. In the afternoon, and the rain drizzles are starting to come down, and it feels wonderful, especially when you've been cooped up in the house. I really wanted to get some sunlight, but having the clouds cover is fine, but I was hoping it would peak out a bit, especially since the rest of the week is going to be rainy. Well, that's what's in the forecast each day for rain. I think it's about 50% chance each day. Whew, yes, I'm loving the drizzles, and the wind is just perfect right now. Me a nice rock to sit on, and I'm getting ready to do some breath work before the heavier rain starts. So I was thinking, in my little stories, my little chats and updates with fibromyalgia and physical, mental illness, wellness, and all of the struggles and things that go along with those ailments. I was thinking about sharing stories, like situations and stories, some personal, some from other people that have been shared with me. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I like keeping my videos short, even though these aren't shorts. I want to start doing more shorts actually, and have them be more than just the line dancing body movement that I try to stay doing. But I just I feel like when it comes to like shorts, I feel like it grabs more people's attention. I don't know if it's the whole TikTok thing and how quick information is shared there that kind of spills over to YouTube. I don't know. It's just a thought. But I enjoy shorts personally. When I'm trying to like listen to someone or see something, I prefer like to look at a short. But sometimes if I'm like really, in my relaxed state, I won't mind watching a video, because most of my YouTube views are from my own viewing of other people's YouTube channels is from TV. So I don't really watch too much YouTube from my cell phone, but definitely from the TV set. So okay, so back to my walk and chit chat. Oh, beautiful! It's got me on track. As I always say, this is my favorite, one of my favorite bushes out here that smells like fresh rain all the time. Even if it hasn't rained. It's a lot stronger after the rains, but I'm just noticing these, have you butterflies? So many of them. As much as I've come in, out of all the years that I've come out here and observed this bush, I've just never seen this before. I've seen bees, like a lot of bees on here, but yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. So there's like a week's worth of rain in the forecast, so I definitely plan on coming back out here soon. So I just love it up here after the rains while it's raining. One situation that comes to mind that I was thinking about, like probably at least like a decade ago, and there's like a certain family, there's like memes about this kind of stuff too. So in some families, they have like when it comes to holiday gatherings, birthdays, whatever, they expect for people, when they say that they're going to start the festivities or gathering at a certain time, they expect for everyone to be punctual and there. And then the people who are punctual expect for whoever the host is to have everything ready to go. But typically, depending on your set of family, friends, that doesn't always happen. There are always those who are fashionably late, and there's situations where sometimes the hostess just isn't ready, but sometimes that can cause like frustration and arguments amongst people. And all it really takes is just understanding, because a lot, and this is what I've heard from people who host, like I haven't hosted anything in some years, and that's not counting like a birthday party, but I don't even really consider a child's birthday party as something being hosted, because like when you show up to the pizza place or wherever the place is that they're having the party, usually those people do everything. You just show up with the cake and gifts, if even that. So I don't really consider that, but I want to say it's been quite some years before I've hosted anything. But what I've heard from people who regularly host events at their house, at a park, or wherever, is the lack of help, the lack of support and help from people. And you have those who will just naturally say, oh, you want me to stay and help wash the dishes, or what do you want me to bring? They won't even ask like, do you need help? They'll just say, or some people, oh, I'll bring like 2 cases of water, 4 packs of ice, or whatever, or I'll make the macaroni and cheese. Or you have those individuals, but then you also have those that will ask in hopes that the hostess will say, oh no, you're good, just come, just show up, I just want my family and friends here. But everyone is different, and I'm very, very open-minded, so I don't judge people like that. Like, I just try to stay and remain as open-minded as possible. And that quality, or because I can't think of the word I really want to use, but having that instinct or thought, like I just feel like having fibromyalgia, having a chronic pain condition, an invisible illness, has really opened me up more to just being more aware and more sympathetic and empathetic to the things that people do. You never know what a person is dealing with and going through. So as a host, I can see the frustration if they are on time with things, because they probably want you in and gone by a certain time so that they can clean up and have their space to themselves. Or it could be like a rented out venue where they have to be done by a certain time. So arriving late, it can be looked at as a little disrespectful and whatnot. And I'm going to segue into another situation. This happened a few years ago. A cosmetologist, and we had a long conversation about some things, and I was telling her I was sharing with her the reason why I don't like to book in advance, because I don't like the feeling of having to cancel or letting someone down or just those types of things. So I'm the type of person who loves being able to do a walk-in regardless of what that is. And when I explained it to her, because a lot of the cosmetologists these days, because I've heard from some, they've told me, this is a dirty, grimy business. That's why there's like a long list of rules and whatnot, and having to pay like a deposit, because there are so many people who will book with you and just not show, or show late and mess up your entire day. And I've even noticed where doctors' offices have done that. That's probably why I probably go to urgent care more than I probably should, because trying to get in with a doctor and a specialist really takes a while. But for me, I typically try to schedule all of those in the evening, like later afternoon hours, because I know and I've learned how my body is. I know they say it's good to get into doctors early in the morning, because they're more pleasant and they're not so rushy and just kind of blowing you off or whatever. But for me, I just have to do what's best for my body. And I know I'm kind of jumping around with the stories and whatnot, but I'm hoping that the point is coming across. And to summarize, to sum up the jumping around, is that just be mindful of everyone. And I don't really want to make it seem like I'm trying to say, cater and coddle and tiptoe around people, because that's a whole other thing too. But just in general, just try to be open-minded and mindful of other people and what they may or may not disclose as to what they may be going through or dealing with. So that's that. And like I said, I hope that everyone is doing well, doing what's best for them and their body, and staying in motion as much as possible. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.